Junkies!
Welcome! If you're new, hit the subscribe button and the notification bell.
So this is an odd one because this is not the kind of film... Well, first of all, me, Nadia and Kiki saw this. Kiki obviously doesn't do reviews and reactions anymore. And Maddie didn't see it, so we haven't got a younger perspective on this. But we'll tell you what...
You're 7 years younger than me.
Well, that's true, and I'm a huge man-child, so you're going to get a sense of how fun or not this film was. And it's not the kind of film I would normally... Sometimes one has to be careful about selling a film to you before you go and see a film. Because if you describe it, you would probably go, no, thank you. Now, this is a sort of comedy, sci-fi, fun film, but based in the world of computer games, which is not an experience. Have you ever engaged with computer games?
So the first 15 minutes I found challenging.
Why did you find them challenging?
I didn't understand why people were getting blown up and why people were driving over cars and nobody was noticing.
I thought that was quite clever.
I had no idea it was based, there was a game.
Was that quite disconcerting?
I just thought, this is going to be fucking annoying.
It was quite in your face and everyone kept jumping out of things.
And it was a bit loud and it was a bit, and Mark had already started laughing and I thought,
no.
oh God.
Oh no.
Is this, because Mark had said to me, oh, it's really funny. And I thought, oh my God, is this...
He's making it funny.
That is really funny because this is quite a long film and I don't want to spoil it for him by sitting there with a face like a slapped tart.
It could have been the second worst experience at the cinema.
And I was like, oh my God, I'm going to have to smile. I was feeling a bit low in mood anyway. And I thought, oh my God, I've got to go for 2 hours pretending to enjoy this because he took me to the cinema the week before. It was very nice, we had nice popcorn and it was a disaster. And so I did feel for him because I thought you can't have 2 disasters in a row.
So you were faking your response at the beginning?
No. I was concerned that I was going to have to start faking it pretty soon.
Right,
we were 15 minutes in and you'd started deep chuckles.
Okay.
Like him in his most happy place in the cinema being really entertained. And I knew that because he loves so much for the people with him to enjoy things that if I wasn't enjoying it, he was going to have a shit time.
So we're 2.5 minutes in and you probably don't even know what Free Guy is. So it stars Ryan Reynolds. It stars Jodie Comer of Killing Eve. Ryan Reynolds obviously plays Deadpool. It also stars Joe Keery, who's he's from Stranger Things. It has Taika Waititi essentially playing the villain.
Cast.
And it's set within the environment of a sort of, Silicon Valley tech company that have devised this brilliant, immersive role-playing game. And and within this game, as there are in all games, there's something called an NPC, which I knew Nadia wouldn't understand what that was. Non-player character. So these are the background characters that you get in a game that you can't control, that essentially do the repeated things all the time. So what Nadia was getting in the first 15 minutes was them establishing the lay of the land. These were all the regular characters in the game.
And I thought, is this a rip-off of the Truman Show?
Well, I was going to get to that later.
Is this a remake of the Truman Show? That's what I thought.
At the beginning, I was getting more on it. I felt it was riffing much more on anyone who's seen the Lego movie. The character voiced by Chris Pratt is the same sort of upbeat, formulaic kind of chat. Get me coffee. It was almost like a carbon copy. Yeah, we loved the Lego movie. But it was also reminding me of Groundhog Day. Because he works in a bank and the same bank robbery was happening.
It was very Truman Show.
And I think that sense that you were feeling was perhaps the disorientation they meant to give any viewer who doesn't know gaming or isn't conversant in gaming.
Yes, but I think they did take a risk because it was 15 to 20 minutes when I was thinking, why am I sat here without popcorn?
Right, okay.
I was thinking more about popcorn than anything else.
Well, and in those first 15 minutes, the characterization pivots just around Ryan Reynolds, and it's about creating a sense of this character who slowly begins to realize that life is different. And they characterize...
There could be options.
There could be options.
There's a great moment where he asks for a cappuccino.
Yeah.
And even then, I still didn't really understand what was going on, but I knew we were in a pivotal, great moment.
It was a pivotal moment because he was breaking the algorithm.
Yes, but I didn't know about algorithms because I didn't know what was happening.
So believe it or not, this film is also about algorithms, it's about coding, it's a metaphor for life, i.e. are we all trapped in the same repetitious behaviour every day? And I thought that AI, and it's quite a radical narrative development later in the film around AI.
And it's about greed.
It's about greed. It's
and
about
how greed can bring you down.
Yeah, and it's about corporate sort of
many themes in it.
Many themes in it. But they started to develop after the first 50 minutes, and then you become quite attached. Let's talk about Ryan Reynolds. How attached did you get to him?
Well, I would have been even more attached to him if I'd known at the beginning, rather than when we were on our way home, that he was Deadpool.
Oh, right, you didn't know that.
Because I loved that Deadpool, but I never saw him because he had a mask on.
I know, and it's always my frustration with Deadpool is that you don't get his face, because I
He's
thought
brilliant.
it's brilliantly funny.
I mean, what was the Deadpool I saw? Deadpool 2?
I think so, yeah.
Loved that film.
Yeah. But what did you think of him in this? I mean, so this was your first encounter of him without a mask.
Utterly brilliant. I loved his layered character. He's a fantastic actor. He's a very, well, I want to be known from Deadpool, brilliant comedian. He is a heartthrob. He played every moment with such truth, and that's what I said to Mark when we came out. All the actors did, you know, Jodie. I mean, the only one that was quite pantomime was
Taika Waititi.
Was the only one that was pantomime, but that was okay.
It was okay.
But the others were rooted in the truth, and because they were so rooted in the truth, and that was very good direction there as well, you could believe this unbelievable world. So, because if anything's too far removed from me, I find it hard to engage.
No, I agree. And so in a weird way, you're a really interesting test case as a viewer.
Yeah,
because
I am.
This film is aimed at families, but I think there's going to be a lot of mums especially going,
What the hell?
What the hell? Is this for me?
But go anyway.
Go anyway. I think there's some really strong supporting cast here with Lil Rel Howery, who plays Buddy, his mate in the bank, who he tries to sort of lure.
Oh, he's fantastic.
He tries to give him
seen more of
aspiration.
him,
He's great. He's so funny. And then there's Utkarsh Ambudkar, who was in Brittany Runs a Marathon, and he's a brilliant comic actor. He's the guy who was working alongside the guy from Strange Things. And so you've got all of this sort of stuff. And what I thought was clever about the film was it was riffing. You know, we've had other films which are set within games. Like, I don't know if you remember that film Pixels with Adam Sandler.
Yeah.
There was that classic of Tron in the 80s or whatever, done by Disney. And they really kind of work because it's such a sort of impassive world. And it's a very hard world to get, as you rightly say, a sense of an emotional story arc. But I thought that was the strength of Jodie Comer and Ryan Reynolds. I thought they had real chemistry because they become the love interest, don't they? What did you think of Jodie Comer?
I loved her. I'm a huge fan of hers anyway, and I thought she was fantastic.
Yeah, and when they come out from the gameplay and into the real world, was that a bit of a relief? I thought it came at the right time for me. Because
I loved it.
Yeah, because what's happening is we're watching a film with all their avatars, and what happens in the film is essentially Ryan Reynolds is an algorithm who's gone sort of AWOL. He's AI that's become sentient.
Through her creation.
Through her creative coding.
What's the name's guy from Stranger Things? What's the guy's name from Stranger Things? I love
Joe Keery.
Oh my God, he's so good.
Yeah, he's Kiki's favourite.
Oh, he's beautiful
with
as
all
well.
The hair. With all the hair.
Beautiful. And she's beautiful, so Ryan's beautiful. So you're looking at beautiful people, but as we always want from our actors, we love them to be beautiful, don't get us wrong, but we need them to tell us a story and the truth, and they all did.
And without giving away the ending, but there's a lot of in-jokes for gamers, for people who've played games. You know, me and Kiki were spotting in the background lots of characters kind of running up against walls, unable to get out. There's a lot about the Truman Show, right down to Ryan Reynolds reaching his hand through a sort of invisible wall or the edge of the computerized world.
And
he's Mr. Blue Shirt, isn't he? Mr. Blue Shirt, which is this wonderful sort of characterization.
Blue Shirt
guy, that's right. And so I think there's lots of in-jokes, but the strength of the performances and the belief in their relationship and the belief actually in the covert behaviour of the sort of multinational conglomerate, you know, Taika Waititi's sort of villainy, I thought that was real too. So you really felt you were kind of rooting for the underdog.
And he was fantastic.
Yeah.
I mean, don't get me wrong, he's a bit more panto, but he's so good and he has some great lines.
Yeah,
I mean, he really does. And Channing Tatum, was it
Channing
Tatum?
Oh my God, I was just going to say, some of the cameos, if you want an absolute treat, Channing Tatum. A remarkable moment.
One scene. And it is extraordinary. Don't spoil it.
No, I won't. But he's literally just in that scene gone to the top of my pile of.
And actually, there were some moments between Ryan Reynolds and what's
Jodie
his
Comer?
friends? No, his friends.
Oh, Buddy.
And Buddy.
The actor who played Buddy.
as they're trying to leave that particular scene, and I said to you afterwards, didn't I, as we were walking to the car, that moment when they're both getting out showed us what brilliant actors and comedic actors they were.
Yeah.
I mean, they hit it so right.
Yeah.
And
they absolutely
the
did.
three of them together, it was just a masterpiece of a scene.
And other little moments which were lovely was there's a character called the Dude. It is hysterical. We won't give away what happens, but it's kind of just at the point that the film may have been sagging. They introduced this other element right at the end that just had us on the floor.
And what I would say about the end is, I was tearful.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
I had tears in my eyes about to drop down.
A film set in a
onto my
gaming
cheek.
world. A film set in gaming land.
So it was emotional. It took me on an emotional journey. It took me on a love story. It took me on a buddy movie. It took me to good moral dilemmas. So it absolutely is a family
Perfect
film.
escapism.
And great for us. We're very proud of Jodie Comer. She's an extraordinary actress. You'll see her use her skills with the accents again.
Perfect escapism.
Absolutely. Take the family, take the whole family. It's just fabulous.
Look out for a very high-profile someone from a very high-profile other franchise.
Which is a gorgeous moment.
Gorgeous moment. And
Gorgeous.
also riffing on another franchise. Just a clue there, just letting you know that. An absolute treat. I was really, really surprised and entertained. So what would you give it out of 10 or 100?
For what it is, for the genre it is, 100.
Wow!
Because it was escapism fun for all the families, so yeah.
I think, again, it's not like a film like Zola or anything like that, but I would say, for family entertainment, I'd give it a whacking 100.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
I mean, all the actors, the directors, everybody, every cameo, their commitment is 100%. So they take us, willing or not, on that journey, and we have to believe in it.
Book a ticket and see it at the cinema, because the visuals are amazing.
We were the only people in the cinema. Please
go
go to the cinema. Please. The cinemas will close down if we don't.
For more film and family fun, don't forget to click the subscribe button and make sure to click the bell to never miss an update.